Morning Exercises, May 7th. The Sun of Righteousness shall arise. Malachi 4:2. He is called the Sun of Righteousness to intimate that he is the same in the righteous world as the orb of day is in the natural. The importance of the latter is acknowledged by all, but the value of the former is infinitely greater. What are the interests of time and sense to those of the soul and eternity? We know there is only one sun in our system, and there is but one mediator between God and man. Neither is there salvation in any other. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. The vastness of the sun is surprising, but Jesus is the Lord of all. His greatness is unsearchable. The beauty and glory of the sun are such that in the absence of revelation and when creatures were idols, we can scarcely wonder that this illustrious display of deity should have been adored. But he is fairer than the children of men. Yea, he is altogether lovely, and all the angels of God are commanded to worship him. But consider the inestimable usefulness of this luminary, how he enlightens, warms, fructifies, adorns, blesses. What changes does he produce? How he fills the air with songs, and the gardens with fruit and fragrance. How he clothes the woods with foliage, and the meadows with grass. How he fills the valleys with corn, and makes the little hills rejoice on every side, and crowns the year with his goodness. And this he has always done. The sun that ripened Isaac's corn ripens ours. And though he has shone for so many ages, he is undiminished and is as all-sufficient as ever. What an image of him who is the same yesterday, today, and forever, who has always been the source of light, life, relief, and comfort, the hope and consolation of Israel, the desire of all nations. Truly, light is sweet, and a pleasant thing it is for the eyes to behold the sun. But he that seeth the Sun of Righteousness and believeth on him hath everlasting life. The rising of the sun is the finest spectacle in the creation. I fear some never saw it, at least at the most interesting season of the year. What to them are 1,000 rising suns, to the sublimity and indulgence of lying late in bed. But when and how does the Sun of Righteousness arise? His coming was announced immediately after the fall, when God said, "The seed of the woman shall bruise the serpent's head." This was the very first beam of the early dawn of that light which was to shine more and more unto the perfect day. His approach obscurely appeared in the types and services of the ceremonial law. In the clearer discoveries of the prophets, the morning was beginning to spread upon the mountains. But to the Jews he was below the horizon. They longed to see his day, and kings and righteous men pressed forward to the brightness of his rising. At length, he actually arose, and when the fullness of time was come, God sent forth his Son. A messenger from heaven proclaimed him to the shepherds and said, "I bring you glad tidings of great joy. The Savior is born." Oh, the splendor of that morning! It brought glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. God was manifest in the flesh. He rises in the dispensation of the gospel, Whenever this enters a nation or a village, he is evidently set forth, and the savor of his knowledge diffused. It is then said to the place and to the people, Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. He rises in spiritual illumination. Then he is revealed in us. He is presented to the eye of the soul. He is seen in a new manner. He fixes and fills the mind. He governs the life. He rises in renewed manifestations. For sometimes he hides his face, and we are troubled. Then we anxiously ask, O when wilt thou come unto me? Then we wait for him more than they that watch for the morning, and when we behold him again, find a brighter day. He rises in ordinances. What fresh and enlivening views of him have we often in meditation, in prayer, in his own supper, in reading and hearing his word. Hence, says Cowper, sometimes a light surprises the Christian while he sings. It is the Lord that rises with healing in his wings. But how will he arise in the irradiations of heaven, in the morning of immortality, making a day to be sullied by no cloud, to be followed by no evening shade? Then their sun shall no more go down, but as the same poet sings, God shall rise in shining o'er you, turn to day the gloomy night. He your God shall be your glory and your everlasting light.